Hi everybody, this is the Comic Book Cut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion. Your host, the Hunter. Welcome back to the Comic Book Cut. Hopefully you like this video and you watch it. Hope to God you watch it. I want the entirety of it. So I can get the hours up on this channel, make a couple pennies off of this thing. As you know, if you don't know, the comic book industry is at the verge of total collapse. Based on the fact, as you know, the creators that are there are destructive. They really don't care about the artistic medium that is what comics have been all these years, until the last 8 to 10 years. And a lot of the industry people, a lot of veterans are not there anymore. They've been phased out because maybe they don't believe in the same politics as this woke nonsense, or as other people call communism, and really satanic in nature. And now it seems like a blind squirrel has gotten a nut, or a crazy squirrel has gotten a nut. And here's from Phantom Pulse, which you need to read, because I guess the owner of this publication is a good guy with On Time Books, is John Del Rose, and he's written this article. So we're going to read this article, and you'll get my take. I've not read it, which is normally what I do. I don't really normally read the stuff before I do a video, because I want to get my own natural response to it. Most of the time. Sometimes I'll peruse it. This I really haven't done much with it. So here we go. Headline. I'll put the link into the description of this video so you can read it yourself. Headline. Mark Waid admits Comicsgate was right. There are massive problems in the comic industry. Oh, you don't say. Mark Waid can't help himself. He has to insert himself into any comic industry drama wherever alternatives with people he disapproves of making comics are concerned. Over the last 2 weeks, the world's finest DC Comics writer has lashed out at comics as Comicsgate was proved right about the industry again, calling people criticizing poor comic sales alt-right on multiple occasions. Now he's admitting the legion of retailers, fans, and creators who have voiced concern for the health of comics, the people of Comicsgate, are right. Really? You don't say there, Mark Waid. The comic industry has been on a downward trend for a long time, first noted by several people who banded together under the hashtag Comicsgate after several people like Yellow Flash 2, then Umbrella Guy, and Diversity in Comics took to YouTube to point out Marvel and DC Comics replacing beloved characters with race and gender-swapped parts, as well as propensity for modern writers to turn every character they write into something LGBTQ in terrible self-insert stories. The problems of Marvel and DC gained national attention once the conservative think tank The Federalist published an article on the topic in 2017. I think that was written by John Del Rose himself. Waid took bad reviews personally at the time and in a bizarre online tirade demanded Richard C Meyer, also known as Weirdo Richardo on this channel, who used the Diversity in Comics handle on YouTube, to be brought to him at Baltimore Comic-Con. He's a weird guy, Mark Waid. He is nuts. If anyone sees this gentleman or any of his friends, I need to come find me and tell me immediately. Even if I'm on a panel, come up and interrupt. Please circulate this request as widely as you possibly can through all your social media accounts. Fellow pros, tell each other this is about attempting to lessen the harassment of women in comics, and it is important. Please spread the word. Thank you. And I would mention, isn't targeted harassment when he's doing? Of course it is. It wouldn't stop there with Guido Richardo. As the YouTuber gained more popularity, so did Meyer's book Jawbreakers Lost Souls, which made several $100,000 on crowdfunding, scaring legacy pros like Waid in the process. He was set to release Jawbreakers and was working on a deal with Antarctic Press when Waid had a call with a publisher, convincing them not to publish with Meyer. A tortious interference lawsuit resulted, which Meyer eventually settled with Waid out of court. They spent so much money. That was a complete waste of time. Guido Richardo, wasted everybody's time with that, because there was no way he was going to show any kind of. Be honest with you, he was going to have a difficult time proving that he was that it hurt his business, because he made more money off Lost Souls. And it put like a national focus on the book, on the crowdfunder. With Mark Millar drawing a spotlight on the problems in the comic industry over the past few weeks, teaming up to talk with retailers about what needs to be done to change and save mainstream comics. Pros like Mark Waid took it personally once more. Instead of seeing sales declining and working to change their failed product, they decided to double down, attacking anyone concerned about the health of the comic industry. Mark Waid made multiple posts on Facebook screeching alt-right at his perceived enemies. Despite no one mentioning Mark Waid, he became particularly agitated once Millard's termed cancel pig and the Zegist, a term describing the professionals and their shills who attack anyone who disagrees with them politically. With Waid using a term no one credible has used in discourse since 2016 to describe people who vote differently than him in the comic industry, he seems to exemplify this term. Now he's admitting that the people of Comicsgate, fed up with the terrible self-insert characters of the hack writers in the comic industry, were right. Quote, "Yep, the mainstream superhero comic industry is having a rough time of it of late. Few people are saying otherwise, and my heart goes out to struggling retailers," Mark Waid said. "Steps need to be taken, and even the alt-right loudmouths make some good points." He's such an idiot. This guy is a schmuck. He really is. Stone cold schmuck. He then proceeds to strawman people he doesn't like because of politics, claims it's just a matter of taste for many comics. Not that the comics being produced are poor quality, bad artwork, bad story, bad everything, bad characters. This seems at odd, however, when one looks at a lot of the diversity shown Marvel and DC Comics has made over the last several years. One only needs to look at Mariko Tamaki's Supergirl special to see a self-insert rant on imposter syndrome that is very out of character for the Girl of Steel that no one wanted to read. Alternatively, there's Tim Sheridan's Gay Green Lantern, which he knew would sell poorly, so he begged people to buy the homosexuality of porn book to own the bigots. Yep. He's nuts too. The comic industry is in trouble, and it's because of the content being produced, despite Mark Waid's protests. That's why I prefaced the long-winded post with an argument that Comicsgate, who he labels as alt-right, has good points. You're a piece of shit, but you're right. I mean, basically, this is like an Ednaism. It's like from the looks of his recent post, he's been going through the 5 stages of grief over the woke comic industry woes and Comicsgate being on the right side of history: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Hopefully, more pros come to the last stage sooner rather than later, or comic shops might not exist much longer. Now, what do you think of Mark Waid agreeing Comicsgate has good points and the comic industry is failing? You can leave a comment in this video, but he's just crazy. Mark Waid is nuts. And the problem is with creators like that is they're closed-minded. When you're closed-minded politically, you're going to be closed-minded with a lot of stuff. And he's closed-minded. He doesn't look at anybody else's perspective, especially if it's different from his own. He's got no respect for anybody, quite frankly. And this is the kind of nonsense that people have been dealing with this particular creator. This is a particular creator that's been attacking the comic book customer for 20 years, for 25 years. This is not something that's come out of the blue. The only difference now is because it's been highlighted in all these different videos over the years. And you've seen the strange behavior. I feel like this is 2018 all over again. I mean, really. This feels like 2018 again, because and you've been noticing all the same people are coming out of the woodwork, 28. I mentioned 2018 because it's when I started on YouTube. So this preceded me as a YouTuber. So we're talking about 2016, 2017, that this was being, even before that, even back to the days of 2008 with the first Muppet, this was talked about. And Mark Waid is part of this group of canceled pigs that has completely dragged down the industry. And he's one of the veteran guys, and he's one of these guys that's actually doing well. And there's so many creators that aren't doing well that don't agree with him politically, and they've been blackballed out of the industry. And that's messed up, Well, you let me know what you think about this video. Of course, please subscribe to the Comic Book Hut, and I'll see you later.